Right, so good morning everyone, and welcome to Earl Sterndale village in the Peak District on the Derbyshire-Staffordshire border. And I'm here to hike Parkhouse Hill and Crome Hill, also known as the Dragon's Back. It's about a 3-hour walk, which suits me today because I'm not staying overnight. I've came up here this morning. I want to do this walk. Been wanting to do it for a while now, and hopefully I'm going to be back in time to catch the Forest match, as they're away at Crystal Palace today, and it's 5:30 kick-off at Selhurst Park. And there we have it. In the distance is Parkhouse Hill, which is that one, and then Crome Hill, which is the higher of the two. They're not the tallest hills. I think Parkhouse Hill's about 360 metres, and Crome Hill about 430. So just make my way through this lovely footpath. You come out of Earl Sterndale, you start making your way down to a bit of a hamlet called Glutton Bridge, which is quite steep coming down here. I'm glad I've actually got my stick with me. Nearly slipped over when I weren't using it. But yeah, it's a Saturday morning in the Peak District, so I'm expecting it'll be reasonably busy, but it is what it is. And as I mentioned, I'm not staying over because I want to be back to catch the Forest match, but enough of football. This is a walking trip. So I'm just about to start making my ascent up Parkhouse Hill. As you can see, they've even got a warning sign about how slippy it is. To be honest with you, even just coming across from that Earl Sterndale was real slippy as I was walking, and I've got my stick with me today. So we're nearly at the top of Parkhouse Hill. I'll tell you something, that's a good slog coming up that. It's really slippy. So just watch yourself if you do come up it. So yeah, we're going to push on just onto the top of Parkhouse. I've started talking here because there's a few people at the top, as you can see. But the sun's trying to come out. Looks like we're going to get an half decent day. If you're just taking in all the views of the Derbyshire-Staffordshire border. So the summit is just a little bit further along from where you've just last seen me. I've actually bought a heavy bag with me today, trying to improve my fitness. I think it's about 13 kilogram. There's 6 litres of water in it, the drone, and obviously food. Got my other jacket as well if it's raining, and a few other bits and bobs. Compass, torch. Not that a torch will be needed. But I always like to have my bits with me. So I'm just about at the summit now. I'll see what sort of recording I can get when I get up there, because the wind has really started to pick up a bit these last 10 minutes. As you can see, flapping me hood about. So yeah, we'll move on up onto the ridge. Outside of the ridge, because it's really windy. I will have to turn this down, so hopefully you'll hear me. If you can't, I will turn it down and probably flash up what I'm saying, but basically I'm starting to head along it now, then towards Chrome Hill. As you can see, it's real steep, so I won't be doing any recording going down that. You can see there's a guy there using both hands to get down. So I'm going to get down to the bottom. I'll tell you something, I'm not going to talk for long, but that is one of the hardest things I've ever had to come down. Using your hands coming down that, it's that steep and slippy. It's the limestone, just slipping everywhere. I mean, each to their own like, but I wouldn't bother ever attempting that if it's raining. Far too slippy. It's not even wet today, but it's the limestone. It's like polished marble. So I'm down from Parkhouse Hill now. It's time to get up the bigger one. On to Chrome Hill, which is right over there in the distance. Horse-drawn vehicles and animals. I'm not sure what they're expecting you to get your horse-drawn vehicle and carriage or wherever over that, but there's a style. Perhaps the sign's there from years ago, although I don't look that old a sign. Right, I'm just going to have a drink before I start making my way up Chrome Hill, which is that way, along that path. So there's looking back at Parkhouse Hill as I make my way up Chrome Hill. Pretty technical in a few places coming down that, not to be underestimated. So I'm about halfway between Parkhouse Hill and Chrome Hill. I'm just going to have a little bit of a break here, have some of my food, chill out for 10 minutes before we push on up to the top. I'm recording now because I'm not sure how windy it's going to be and what you'll hear from me. Looks a little bit of an iconic tree, that does. Not quite like Sycamore Gap Tree was, but still a nice tree in between two peaks, Chrome Hill and Parkhouse Hill. Hopefully it does have many more years left in it, but I'm not sure how much longer this one will be stood. Look how exposed the roots are from erosion. It says in memory of Bill Etchers. Dowell Hall, 1920-2006. Right, let's push on to the top. The sun's trying to come out. come down now off the top of Chrome Hill, come down to where it's a little bit more sheltered to talk to you. Right, so as you've just seen, I've come down from the top of Chrome Hill. Couldn't really do any talking up there. It was far too windy, and it was also far too busy with people. It was a nice walk up to it. It felt slightly easier than Parkhouse Hill. In fact, it was considerably easier than Parkhouse Hill, even though Chrome Hill is a lot higher. So I'm going to be carrying on along there, over there, round that, and then all the way back down the bottom, down onto that path. It takes us all the way back there, down that way to Earl Sterndale. I've only walked another 5-10 seconds after recording. Just seen this archway. Thought I'd show it because it looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not going down that. I'm going back through the archway and round the path. So I'm making my way back now to Earl Sterndale. Bit of a surreal moment this, and I don't mean the sun's come out. These sheep are all just walking in one direction. They've come from along there, as you've probably just seen a moment ago, and they're just heading along one direction, all of them. I'd say there's a good 100 or so. All just decided to start walking in the direction that I'm going. So yeah, someone sounds like they've got a strimmer on the go over there, but this time I will see you back at the van, which will be about 20 minutes for me and about 2 seconds for you guys. Whoa, a sight for sore eyes, because I know it's got the mashing tackle inside. So what I'm going to do, change out these boots and go and park up somewhere just to give this a bit of a charge. So I'll pull up in a lay-by and brew up. Right guys, bit of a strange transition this one. And as you'll see, I've just made it back in time for kick-off. So I didn't have no time for a cup of tea. And I'm gonna have to go shower in the half-time break, but 'tis what it is. Because it's about 10 minutes till kick-off for the Forest match. But yeah, it were a pretty decent walk that. It took me just under 4 hours. But obviously, I'm recording, stop starting. I actually had a conversation with about 4 or 5 different people as I was going round. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Ticked off a couple of hills I've been wanting to do for a while. So yeah, just to finish off on, really enjoyed them 2 hills, Parkhouse Hill and Chrome Hill. pretty good at stretching the legs, they were. Found it quite hard because, as I mentioned, I'd already got the heavy backpack, so it was a good old slog up that Parkhouse hill, especially how slippy it was. So I'm going to close off this video now because the teams are coming out. You might have just seen over my shoulder. So I want to chill out and watch the match. And if you don't mind, leave me a like, leave me a comment. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, please. And I'll be catching you in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.